Shoot, poppin', tweet, 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 poppin', tweet. Sweet and down. Shoot, poppin', tweet, tweet. What's up, Twin Cities? This is your host, Anthony Tunstall, a.k.a. Vision, everywhere you want to be, and now new roving reporter for Trends for CW. Guess who we got today, ladies and gentlemen? Got a legend. I'm just going to go crazy. We got a legend, Lenny Williams. Lenny Williams, if you didn't... You know what? You missed the show. So real quick, we're going to take a couple of questions to Lenny Williams, and we're going to respect his time, and we're going to keep moving. Lenny?
Yes.
You got a new Scarface did a new song with you.
Yes.
Out with Trey Songz and Scarface.
Yes.
How do you feel about those young guys using your music?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I think what it does is a lot of times people think that when they say, well, rappers are creative, and because they go back and get their old music. But I think it's the same way. It's like when you go and you see a high school band and they play Bach or Beethoven. Right. They're keeping the music alive, and people say, well, that's a classic. So when if 50 years from now, 100 years from now, some rappers or young R&B artists are doing my song, then that makes my song a classic. So I say more power to them.
And the checks are good too.
Yeah, I mean, if you take care of your business, it's called the music business. So if you take care of business, you can get residuals, and so I wrote that song and I have the publishing on it. So as a consequence, I get paid.
Wow, wow, and you know what? That song is like, I'm 40, so that song is. I don't know, that song is always me.
Yeah, I wrote it when you were riding your trike. Yes.
So shifting focus real quick, we also know that you're a father.
Yes.
Tell us, what's the best thing about being a father?
Well, I think the best thing about being a father is just realizing the impact that you could have on another person, and that can be positive or negative. I mean, some kids see their fathers do negative things and they grow up doing them, and so I try to be positive around my kids. They're all grown now, but I try to be positive around them. And so they're growing up, and now they've graduated from college, and they're doing good things. So I know that I did a good job. I think I'd always tell my kids that when they do something good, it validates my parenting skills.
Wow.
But if they aren't successful in life, then at some point I kind of feel like that maybe I didn't do a good job. And that's not always necessarily true, because sometimes good parents do raise children that go astray. But I think that just the impact that you can have on another human being.
Well, that's a good point, because if you had any advice for those struggling fathers out there that saying, hey man, I don't know, man, I got my ends with, I'm trying to be there, I'm not successful like you, but I want to be in my kids' life, what would you tell them?
Well, I've got 6 kids, and my older boys, I had a lot of money, but I didn't have a lot of time. I was on the road all the time, and I noticed my daughters, they've all graduated from college. I have master's degrees because I had time, and I didn't have any money, or I didn't have a lot of money when they came along. So I say that just spending time, even if you're out there, hustling or doing whatever you can, if you go by and read a book, it only takes, 15, 20 minutes to read a book, go over their math with them or whatever, and, put in some time. If you can just put, say, an hour a day with your kids, if it's doing something athletic with the sports, or playing checkers, or just reading a book with them, or reading a newspaper, or talking to them about a current topic, then I think that you're making some kind of impact, and then eventually you can start doing more. But and then there's a great reward. You start liking it, just like you like to play basketball, or you like to put on your clothes and go out and dance or whatever. You start enjoying that.
And that's why I do this show about fatherhood, because I want to get those fathers out there that's struggling just some inspiration, just some encouragement to say, hey, it's not always bad, it's not always going to be tough, but some days you're going to have some good days.
Exactly, right, yeah.
So we're going to close out. This is your man Anthony Tunstall, a.k.a. VJ, everywhere you want to be. Now, roving reporter for Trends Magazine for the CW television. I'm going big time with Lenny Williams. Take a look at the clip, and we'll see you next part.
Hey, this is Lenny Williams, and I'm watching Trends TV on CW. Hey, this is Lenny Williams. I want to give a shout out to Next Level Entertainment. They treated us well while we're here, and we're coming back. We're coming back. We're coming back. All right.
Peace.
Peace.